From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The following is an All-Star 15 TV production.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to All Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, it is championship week here at the Extreme Forces Racing League, the Michael Steele Graphics and Designs Monday Night Premiere Series. 4 drivers entering, 1 driver leaving, the champion of the EFRL Next Gen Series. But before we do that, qualifying is underway. But let's talk to the wonderful people we have in the broadcast booth with me tonight. As always, all season long, it's Tyler Aspinall.
What's up?
What's up? Dude, how you doing, pal?
Pretty good. Got off of work. Didn't have any urge to throw any weird objects at anybody, so take that as a good day.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's usually a safe bet. Don't get yourself fired. You kind of need jobs that nowadays. And returning to the channel, you guys see him every week on the Off and Turn One podcast, where he is a wonderful host right here on the All Star 15 TV channel. It's Gary Wells.
Hey guys, happy to be here. Championship Monday. Should be a good one here tonight. Smaller field, but I think this should be a pretty competitive race.
I think so. Everybody is basically, they like Michigan. They like Auto Club. They like these kind of style racetracks because while it's very high speed and draft dependent, it'll keep mostly everybody together as Ericsson goes first on the board with a 40.26. Yeah, I'm really excited for this, Gary. I love this racetrack, and back to you being a former broadcaster on the channel, soon to be quote-unquote, again, broadcaster on the channel. We'll talk about that in the weeks coming.
Sure.
You know Michigan very well, and Tyler, I know you as well, but I'm going to start with Gary here. What are these next-gen cars going to be like going around this 2-mile D-shaped oval?
Well, basically, just as you were saying earlier, with being grouped together and very draft dependent, this place can kind of race like a Daytona or Talladega type atmosphere. A lot of slingshot passing is probably going to happen here tonight. Long straightaways, big sweeping corners, so it can be very aero dependent too. And by that I mean if you get up in some dirty air, it'll either cause your car to be either really loose or really tight. There's no in between. So tonight's going to be interesting in how these guys will manage the race for all 300 miles.
I can't wait to see how that's going to go. But qualifying underway. Tyler, same question with you. I know you've run this racetrack in multiple different vehicles. What are we expecting with the next-gen cars versus basically any other ones you've raced in?
I mean, pretty much what Gary said. A lot of these guys are going to try to stay grouped together. As he said, they are very draft dependent. I know a lot of traditional lines, which you may see with the qualifying laps here, usually top to bottom, but here at Michigan, the second line is actually the quickest line, which is what I found running multiple vehicles here. These next-gen cars, very tough to handle on corner exits, so be on the watch for drivers trying to keep control of their cars.
A couple drivers still having issues getting onto the racetrack. Shane Wolf, Domer, and Barnier, the three ones I'm talking about, but Taylor Watson just hit the racetrack. He's going to get the green flag on his lap in the Ford Mustang for Rocky Fave Motorsports. Right now, Paul Irvin is your pole sitter at a 39.81, following Adam Capps with 39.87, and then Matt Erickson with a 39.91. So, a couple drivers, looks like 5 of them in that 39-second bracket. Let's see if more of them can show some of that speed.
Looks like Taylor isn't even going to be able to get a lap in here because we have just run out of time on qualifying.
Yes, we have. Wow.
So,
boom, done. Over with.
Only 5 minutes here to lay down a lap.
And with that, we are going to start to grid. Paul Irvin, championship driver, is going to get the pole, and I'll just run through the starting lineup real fast for everybody watching at home. Paul Irvin and Adam Capps here front row. In row number 2, Matt Erickson and Matt Cochran. Row 3, you have Joe Darnell and Michael Steele. James Shanewolf and Zach Domer in the 4th row. And rounding out that top 5, Farron Elam and Taylor Watson. And then shotgun on the field in row number 6, it's TJ Barnier and Ryan Frey. So, everybody at home, you can see our Championship 4 drivers. They have the red banner on their name. They're all getting lined up on pit road. 150 laps, 300 miles. It is a long race. But we're going to take it all the way to the wonderful, wonderful trophy Ryan's got set up. Don't know if the winner's going to get it, but it might just be a like certificate, like an internet certificate like iRacing does. But hey, to win here with Shane Wolf, Steel, Capser, Irving, it's gotta mean a lot, because we know things are changing for next season, which stay tuned to the channel. We'll keep you updated with that. As everybody has hit the track, we're just about ready to pace around this 2-mile D-shaped oval, but let's talk about our picks, and everybody at home, let's get your picks. Tyler, who you thinking's out of our Championship 4 has the best shot tonight?
Me 3 weeks ago would have said James Shane Wolf, but I personally tonight, I think I'm more of an Adam Caps kind of guy. I think Adam Caps is gonna have what it takes to be there at the end of the all 150 laps you got racked up for these guys tonight. And
Shane
I think
Wolf
Adam
missed the start.
Caps.
Shane Wolf did miss the start.
Shane Wolf missed the start. I saw
So
he was
be glad you didn't
reconnected.
pick him.
It looked like TJ Barnier did as well. Dun, dun,
Couple
But,
folks did. Anyways,
think-
I'm sorry. Continue.
Adam Caps. That's who it's going to be tonight.
That's a good pick.
Gary,
AJ, who you got?
Oh,
You want me to go next? Okay.
Me?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say me. I'd probably go with Adam Caps because he's been on fire. But Polsit or Paul Irvin, I'm gonna have to jump with that 48 Ally Chevy Camaro.
I'm gonna pick someone to spoil the party. We're gonna go with Joe Darnell, mostly because I like his paint scheme.
Championship picks.
That's right.
But he's not part of the championship.
He's not on the final.
Oh, you want me to pick a champion? Oh, well,
Shane Wolf
shoot.
isn't here, so can't really go for him. So
give me Steel. Why not?
that'd be cool. That'd be really cool for Steele to win here tonight. Here
Shane
we
Wolf
go.
is still not grid.
Pace car is off, and
Green
we
flag, green
are
flag.
green. Even across the start-finish line as we're just getting these horses underway.
Down into turn number 1 for the first time here in the Irish Hills of Michigan. They'll do that 150 more times for 1 and 2. We have Matthew Erickson giving chase to Adam Caps off of turn number 2 onto the long bag straightaway here at Michigan International Speedway.
Yeah, everybody trying to get lined up, ready to go. Can we run 2x2, Gary?
Oh yeah, we could definitely run 2x2. I think you're going to see the groove move up from basically pretty much that second lane all the way up to the wall here tonight. The tricky thing is, and what's tricky about these cars with how edgy they get, if you get below that first seam, it's going to be hard to keep that car underneath you. So the exit of turn 2, where it really flattens out really quick, is going to be a trouble spot, and I think turn 4 could be another one.
Shane Wolf has made it onto the racetrack. He is coming across the line right now, so he is here.
He is here, and he is about a half a lap behind everybody else.
Do you think he's doing it as some sort of like I can still beat everyone challenge, or?
Oh no, I think he I think he really did miss the start on accident. On the lead lap, but yeah, he's got a lot of ground to make up.
I got him 2 laps down.
Your scoring's wrong.
Oh, okay.
I have him lead lap.
Okay. Because it's still showing him negative.
No, he is 15 seconds behind everybody else, and that'll probably change here at the line.
There it goes. There, it just fixed. Alright, cool. But we do have a stage caution at that lap 50 mark, so a third of the way through. We will throw a yellow and basically reset everything. But Matt Cochran trying to take second as Adam Caps goes well up the racetrack. He's going to let everybody by.
Yeah, with there being 60% fuel in these cars, guys, I could see a lot of people trying to play the fuel strategy game, where we might see a lot of leapfrogging for the lead and people just trying to squeeze every ounce of Sunoco race fuel these guys have.
Got Michael Steele loose off of turn 2 there, down onto the apron, almost 3 wide going down the back straightaway into turn number 3, and that is going to be Joe Darnell into third. Almost didn't see that 12.
Using that high lane there, as Steele's going to come up into fourth off the turn, but look at Ericsson with a run on the front stretch.
And that's the thing with this next-gen car that a lot of people don't realize is that these intermediate tracks and these D-shaped ovals between here, Auto Club, Pocono, Indies like this as well, you get if you're behind somebody, you get a big run down these straightaways.
44 Fair and Elam in a very nice Budweiser scheme.
Looks like a throwback of some kind, maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know. It looks really nice. I like it.
Dig it.
Back to kind of like a Dale Jr. throwback, but it's a Ford, so you know it can't be Dale Jr. for all you people that care.
Yeah. I do like how it's the old word markings and everything with Budweiser. That's pretty cool.
Steele trying to hold on to that 5th position. It's going to have Taylor push him into 3, trying to give him the position. But up front, it's all Paul Irvin with a half a second lead over Matt Cochran sitting in 2nd. In 3rd, Joe Darnell. 4th, you have Matt Erickson. And in 5th, it's Michael Steele.
Still side by side for the 5th position. Michael Steele, Farron Elam. Elam on the bottom this time, going into turn number 1. Steele up top. Looks like he ran up the track just a teeny bit. He's going to close it back down for a good run down the back straightaway. As he's got help from behind him, yeah.
Big old push from that 7 car there to the 5 car.
That's a big arrow push. Holy cow.
Yeah, and you're going to see a lot of barrel wash, especially going into 3 here tonight. These guys are really going to have to back up their corner as best they can, the guys in traffic, in order to make the turn, because that is a flat entry going into turn number 3.
And it looks like everybody's doing like a late entry into these turns. Like they're starting very high and then coming down the racetrack. Is that
that's hard on the right front. That's what I know.
That's what I was going to ask you, is how long can they go on the tires running like this? Can they make it to 50 laps? How far do you think, Gary, how are they going to be able to go on fuel? Because I don't know if they can make it the full 50 laps. I'm thinking around 30.
Yeah, there's no way they're going to be able to make the 50 laps as is. It's definitely more of a, let's see, let me get out my calculator here. We're looking at more of about 27, maybe 28 laps, maybe 30 at most on a tank of gasoline. So these guys are going to be pitting well before the stage break.
There's a battle for 3rd. Joe Darnell in the 12 with the very throwback Elite Entertainment Chevy Camaro and the Hydro Peak of Matt Erickson in the 28 Toyota Camry. So far, everybody is under about 3.5 seconds of each other, 4.5 seconds of each other. Shane Wolf is the only outlier who didn't make the start of the race, and he's only 18, 19 seconds back.
Yeah, he's not that far back at all, and you know, pretty good racing here so far. It's going to settle out because it usually does here at Michigan, but for the most part, I mean, these guys back here around the mid-pack have been keeping it pretty entertaining.
Oh, Taylor's in the wall.
7 car in defense.
Evasive maneuvers for Ryan Frey. That's a nice looking different scheme for Ryan Frey, but Taylor in the wall. And he's in the wall entering the turn as well.
Yeah, and that's that flat entry I was talking about. You are turning the car, and it's a very delayed sensation as you're turning for turn number 3, and the banking's not there to support you until a few hundred feet after that. So, and he's blinking.
That's something we normally don't see with Taylor. I know starting up the sim earlier, people were having issues, including myself. had to restart the computer for everything to start working. But early on in the race, just 11 laps in, Taylor hard in the wall out of 2, and then in the wall again going into 3. But other than that, doesn't look like there's any damage on that right side.
Yeah, and even if he does have any damage on that right side, he'd have to be careful to make sure he didn't break anything in the right front as far as the toe link goes. But what's great about these cars is they're easily repairable, and he'll be pretty much back to full strength if he does have any optional damage there.
They have caught Matt Cochran, both Joe Darnell and Matt Erickson, out of turn 2, side by side for 3rd.
Yeah, those two have been able to keep kind of a tandem draft going, per se, being able to meet each other on the straightaways, and that's what's really closed this gap between them and the 4 car. But if these 3 start battling, that means Paul Irvin's going to walk away even further.
I was going to say, he's already checked out, too.
For the next gen car, he is definitely checked out.
Yeah, second lead, and he was about half a tenth faster than the group behind him.
Yeah, if there's anybody that's really mastered and gotten their arms around this next gen car, it's definitely been Paul. He's been giving me a lot of tips and advice about this car in another league that I run in on Wednesday nights. So his little tidbits have been helpful to me getting up to more speed with this car. But if he can finish it off tonight, that'd be a good championship win for him.
Look at them all move up the racetrack for the most part. We started, everybody was reverse diamonding the turns for the majority of the turns. Everybody's moved up the racetrack. Some of them right along the wall. As I say that, I went to the person that usually runs the wall, and he's not.
Well, with this dynamic track, AJ, as well, you also got to take into effect that, these guys here, as more heat gets put into the track, these guys are going to have to find a different lane to run in. And that's what it looks like these guys are doing as this run has gone on. Everybody kind of started on the bottom. Now they're working the middle to the top. So this line is going to move as far as what line is the grippiest throughout this race. And with it being 129-degree track temp, it's not going to get any cooler.
No, I wouldn't imagine so. And just intensity is going to skyrocket the later we get in the race or the run. But this battle for second is heating up. Erickson has fallen back 3 positions, but insert Fair and Elam into that, trying to take second away from Matt Cochran. But he's got a teammate right behind him in Joe Darnell as we're 2x2 entering turn 3.
Ooh,
Oh, and they're going to make contact
there.
3 wide for second now.
3 wide for second place.
Almost was 4 wide.
Steele's going to take it there. Good for Steele.
And now here comes Zach Domer into the mix.
Yep, that's the beauty about when these guys battle. It brings pokes such a huge hole in the air that guys from the 3rd or 4th place car back, they're able to reel in these guys really, really quick.
Hey, wait a minute, guys. Where did Paul Irvin go?
He pulled out to about 2-second lead. And that's the thing, too, where if these guys start battling, it's just going to slow them down, not by much, but just enough to where Paul could start wandering away.
And that's exactly what we've seen. We're going to jump on board with the driver, the number 4, Matt Cochran, just to give you a little view of what's happening.
Yeah, Matt doing a good job holding the pretty wheel here down the front straightaway. And he's going to back up turn 1 pretty significantly here. And that's what these guys are also trying to look for as well. It's just trying to find that clean air. And he's also able to get a run here on the 5.
That's what I was going to say. You see all of them fanning out through the corners. They're all just trying to not take each other's line because that clean air is crucial, especially at such a top speed track like this where you're running 160, 170 through the corner. Last thing you need is dirty air to send you straight into the wall.
And I'm really surprised that Matt was able to make that bottom lane work because in years past here, I don't care what car it is, it's been really hard to make that bottom lane work here at this racetrack.
Aaron Elam, those last couple of laps, since he took second place away, has been a 10th and a half faster, closing in on Paul Irvin.
Well, the 44 got loose.
Oh, well, as I say that, broadcaster's curse, I think that's what they call it.
Broadcaster jinx or something there. Here comes
I
the
know
5.
all about that.
Oh, the 5 did have a run in the middle of the corner. It wasn't able to quite complete the corner there to get a bigger run than what he had. Never mind. Here he comes.
Going to take it 3
wide.
wide.
3 wide for
He's
second
going to allow
again.
everybody else to catch up here.
Is there rain in the forecast?
Not from what I can see.
Because they're driving like rain is imminent.
I mean, I don't got a problem with it.
It's not
I
a
like
short
watching
track.
this.
That's right.
We
I
saw how
know
it
they're
worked
putting
at
on a pretty
Loudon
good show.
yesterday.
Now, I will tell you, that pit window is going to be open here in about 5 laps. I know they can go about 27 or 28, but they are going to be splitting this stage in half. It's going to be a pretty obvious strategy for these gentlemen here.
And they're about a second and a half off their fast lap time, which honestly, with the fall off, I'm surprised it's not more. But then again, this pack together has been drafting and bunny hopping each other, so they've been definitely utilizing the arrow to get through.
Well, I will tell you, the fastest car on track these last couple laps, I know it was Adam Capps that last time by, but it has consistently been Shane Wolf here the last few laps. He has been about a tenth, almost a tenth and a half faster than our leader.
That clean air has to be key.
Oh, it's definitely king for both of them, but for the most part here for Shane Wolf, he's been able to keep the pedal to the floor a little longer than everybody else because he hasn't had to deal with all this traffic like these guys are.
That's the difference on the racetrack.
Ooh.
Wait, what are you oohing about? I didn't see anything.
I thought there was going to be contact bigger than what there was between the 4 and the 44.
That was pretty close, yeah.
That was a little close there.
Right now, your championship for first, 4th, 8th, and 11th. Shane Wolf is just chopping time off before we get the pit stops.
Oh yeah, he's been doing a pretty solid job. He's maintained it for the most part. It's been anywhere from 16 to 17
And
seconds.
Force in the wall.
Ooh.
And it's like he got faster.
Yeah, I was going to say, he popped the wall and it helped him.
That's a NASCAR heat move.
That happens sometimes.
Happens
Yeah,
at
certain
Bristol
tracks,
all the time.
certain tracks here on iRacing, sometimes if you hit the wall, it doesn't seem like it hurts your car at all. And it seems like for Matt there, it did not hurt him at all.
Try it again. He got really close on exit. That's going to open up
And
the door for
3
Steele.
wide again.
3 wide once again with these guys here. Looks like Steele's going to be the beneficiary of that move there, making it 3 wide.
Yeah, he
just dumped all the air on the 44's nose right there.
It's like they're all running restrictor plates. Paul Irvin, not so much.
Right.
It's what it looks like. They're bunny hopping each other.
It's true. It looks like we got an IROC race here for second on back, but Paul's got the cup car with 700 horsepower.
It looks like they're running restrictor plates, but in reality, they're backing down like 45 to 50 mile an hour through these corners. Like, by no means is it a restrictor plate race. This is just a result of good racing.
Oh, yeah.
And the battling is just allowing Paul Irvin to benefit. I can't wait to see, from what we know now, what we're gonna have at the first caution or the stage, whichever one happens first. I don't know if Paul gets to that lead with what everybody knows now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm saying if that first caution does come, for as close as all these guys are, we know we'll have at least 5 wrecked race cars.
Oh, boy.
The way that 28 came up the racetrack there, I was thinking he was going to get into the side of that 44, but he smartly backed out of it here.
These guys are getting really racy.
Well, the pit window's open to make it to the end of the stage here, so would not be surprised if you saw pit stops and maybe even Paul try to maybe pull a half and half type strategy here.
Here's the thing: you want to pit with people, correct? So you're trying to.
I mean, Paul's proven that you don't need to. It's not as dependent as it is at like Daytona or Talladega. Like you do want to work with people if you can, maybe 1 to 2 people. It's not like Talladega where you need a group of 10 or 12 with you, but you know, if you can get a friend or two to come pit with you, it's definitely not a bad thing.
As Paul Irvin, currently a race leader, holy cow, up by almost 6 seconds.
Yeah, these guys have been battling so hard that they've just said, nah, we'll catch the leader later. We know there's a caution.
Yeah, that last time by, almost a half a second. Holy cow. Faster. As Shane, Caps hits pit road. Shane Wolf in his box. 4 tires and fuel. And away they go. Ryan Frey now coming down pit road.
Yeah, Ryan Frey coming down pit road here. This is everybody's in the window here, so this is going to be it.
How important are these fresh tires going to be?
Well, I mean, pretty important. They did fall off pretty significantly. I'm showing their fastest laps were 39.8s, and they're down into the mid 41s to 42 flat. So
yeah, Michael Steele last time by was a 42 flat. Farron Elam was a 41.99, and here comes
your leader is on pit road.
Steele's coming down as well.
Yep, looks like
Steele and Ericsson
here. Steele Ericsson, the 48. Looks like we're gonna have a new leader. It'll be the 44 for now.
Thank you everybody for tuning in to All Star 15 TV. Wherever you're watching, hit that like button, subscribe, follow if you haven't yet. We will be back Wednesday evening for the Sim 500 Trans-Service Truck Series when they go to Chicagoland for their playoff race. Pit stops have just started, and the 44 is continuing to blink on the racetrack.
And AJ, where is Chicagoland Speedway located?
Juliet, Illinois.
Okay, all right. Just wanted to make sure you had your geography right.
I knew where it was. I knew what you were trying to do. And in my head, I said a couple of extra words in there for you.
Joliet, not Juliet.
It's not Juliet, but it's Joliet, Illinois. But I was going to give it to you. It's better than what you said last time.
What did you say? What did you say last time?
Oh,
talking about Indianapolis here. Is that what you were going with?
Yeah. Well, I don't have the sound anymore, and I think the soundboard's muted anyway for AJ. But he did say Speedway, Illinois, on a Sim 500 broadcast last year. So there you go. I was trying to see if he would repeat himself.
Was it Sim 500 or was it your league?
It was a league. I think it was Sim 500 because I was with you in the booth.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, probably.
Matt Cochran with an aggressive pass on Farron Elon coming into the pits there.
Watch it here.
Yeah, it was a pretty scary moment for both of these guys here. Look at this move that Matt's able to pull. Almost had his right sides in the grass. Very aggressive maneuver to come down the pit road.
Hopefully he didn't speed or that ruins everything.
Right.
I think he got it down. I think it was like 53 when he got the commitment line.
Yep, and that's the key there.
Well,
if you're within a couple miles an hour at that commitment line, you're in good shape.
Well, Farron is leaving a good chunk ahead of him, so I don't know what happened there.
Sure, and it looks like Domer here is going to be on pit road, and looks like the 12 there of Darnell.
Yes, sir. Both on pit road. That's going to give Paul Irvin the race lead, and he's going to have an 8-second lead over Adam
It's
Caps.
not even going to be close.
It is not close whatsoever.
And this is why they have cautions.
But we've stayed green for the first 30 laps. We will be right back, everybody, and we'll take you to the stage when we return here on All-Star 15 TV.
Across the board, utilize fleet trucks on a daily basis, from your local utility company.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We're back, everybody. You saw a lot of the sponsors and the iRacing commercials that were wonderfully given to us to run on the channel. But let's talk about those beautiful sponsors. Falcon Grafix. Save $5 off your first vehicle wrap when using code ALLSTAR15TV when talking to Mick Olofsson about a vehicle wrap for iRacing. The Wrestling with Nerds podcast. Every week they talk about the week of wrestling, whether that's WWE, TNA, AEW, or what have you. Go check myself, TJ, and Ryan out on their Facebook page, the Often Turn One podcast. We'll get to that in just a second, because we have the wonderful Gary Wells in the booth, and the Nerds Do Nerd Things podcast every Thursday. New episodes live on their YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch page. All links are in the description. And Gary, while I have you here, what's next on the Often Turn One podcast?
Well, we just had a triple header this weekend in the world of racing. We had or a quadruple header. We had Xfinity Cup racing at New Hampshire. We had the 6 hours at the Glen and all the races that are involved with that. Formula One was somewhere this weekend, I think, on Sunday morning, and then we had the Spain. There we go. I don't keep up with Formula One, as you can tell. So we will be talking about that, but it won't be me. It'll be Scott Ramler. There's a Scott Ramler plug right there for y'all. And then we had the IndyCar race at Laguna Seca on Sunday evening. So we'll be talking about all of those races and all the chaos that ensued with those.
Matt Cochran coming down pit road.
Yep, and then of course covering any silly season news in the world of NASCAR, IndyCar, IMSA, all that. So
a lot of silly season news, especially a press conference tomorrow night. With,
yes.
Joe Gibbs Racing apparently possible
announcing
Briscoe.
Chase Briscoe.
I thought they did that today.
No, they did that over the weekend.
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks,
Christopher
CL.
Bell did that
Christopher
over the
Bell.
weekend. I thought that was confirmed today.
No, not to my knowledge.
Might have been confirmed today, but I don't think the announcement's till tomorrow.
Baron Elam and Steele battling for that third position, even through pit stops. They're still having a nice battle on the racetrack. And Gary, you mentioned it earlier. Once we hit pit stops, everybody was going to get spread apart.
Oh yeah, and it typically does happen here at Michigan. Just because everybody enters and exits pit road on a different level of aggression. The guys where they've entered really hard and really fast, it's worked off for them, or even just keeping it clean and not risking that speeding. Like look at Matt Cochran, for example. He looks like he had to come in and do a pass through potentially for his pit stops, unless he's taking an unscheduled stop.
That's
So
what it looks like. Unless he's planning on staying out when the stage hits, but he's a lap down. I don't know how that's going to work out.
he could probably get a wave around, but it'd still be he's 2 down right now, so he'd still be 1 down at minimum.
Yeah, Paul
So.
is flying.
Yeah, Paul's gone. He entered and exited pit road really well, and really with these next gen cars and how close these guys run, that's really going to be the difference. Is how well you can enter and exit pit road, and how you get into your pit stall, because that also determines the speed of your pit crew as well.
Yeah, Paul's got cars around him. They're just not on the same lap as him.
No.
We are almost a third of the way through, coming to the stage in just about 8 laps. Been racing for just about a half hour. These drivers are looking for a little bit of a respite before we throw it back green and head to 150 and crown a champion for the Monday Night Premiere Series, the Michael Steele Graphics and Designs Next Gen Series.
Yeah, I think one thing we're going to have to keep an eye on as the laps wind down here is the battle for the lucky dog. Currently, the 14 just hit the start-finish line, and the 7 car, who's behind him on the positioning order, just entered turn 3. So
There's a 17.5 second gap.
yes, there's about a half lap gap between those 2 drivers.
Yeah, and then Ryan Frey, who's sitting in that 7th position, has about another half a lap before he gets lapped.
Yeah, a little less than that.
I don't think he'll get lapped. We got only about 8 laps left.
Unless there's a big mistake on the part of the driver of that 9 machine there.
9 or
Which,
7. The 7 looked like he took some air off the 9 there. I thought Ryan was about to smack the wall coming out of 2.
Oh, it looks like these guys are just exchanging slide jobs and crossover maneuvers with one another here.
Well, at least it looks like they're having fun.
You got to when you're running all by yourself.
Yeah, we need some people to bring us up pizza in the broadcast booth. Didn't they have something like that at New Hampshire?
They do.
This weekend?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then Marty Smith was on pit road. I was like, hey, first couple pit stalls, that's where I am. I'm hungry too. During that rain delay.
Yeah, Marty Snyder. Yeah, he's a yeah.
I said Marty Smith.
You sure did. It's okay. It was close. It started with an S.
Yeah, we'll give it to you. Good job.
Where's Speedway at? What state is Speedway in again?
Indiana.
Are you sure?
Yes, positive now. But you gotta give it to James Shane Wolf. He has been hauling. He's about to make it into the top 5 after missing the start of this race, being 20 seconds back. And he's about to make it into the top 5, and he's only 18 seconds back now.
Yeah, he's been putting on a really good run here, getting up into 5th. Stage points, I assume, don't matter for these guys here tonight that are in the championship 4. I think it's based off finishing position.
Yep, it's
So,
just finishing position.
So it'll be interesting to see what kind of speed that 22 car really has when they start stage 2 here.
We are coming to the stage. Shane will move him up position. Michael Steele, 3.5 in front of him. Don't think he's going to get to that 4th position, but it's going to make this stage to the 150 mark very interesting because Shane Wolf is very fast.
Yeah, he's definitely been one of the faster cars on the speedway. The 28 does have the
issues for the
fastest lap
7.
on the track,
Issues for the 7.
and the 9 apparently.
And it looks like the 9 is involved because there was some choice words coming over the radio from the 9 car.
Oh, looks like a little disagreement on real estate here.
I didn't see anything.
Turn
Oh,
2, lap 45 for
Turn
the 7.
2.
7 tried the slide job. The 9 is there. Oh, looks like they both got loose.
Yeah, it looks like they both, the 9 got loose going down, and the 7 looked like he come up.
That's all arrow.
Yeah, it looks all arrow. I don't know if maybe there's no net code there.
If I'm going to throw my opinion in there, it looks like the 7 held his line.
Yeah, it looked like the 9.
It didn't look like the
just
7
come
got that
down
loose. I think that
just
was
a
just mainly
teensy.
Ryan.
Yeah. Looks like the 9 came down just a teensy bit, and you see the result of that, but...
Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, that 9 is now on pit road. And that is going to put another car a lap.
Doesn't look like he had that bad of damage. I mean, Taylor was definitely more affected, and Ryan was mad at Taylor for it.
But, Gary, it looks like you're going to call it when the 6th place car gets across the line now.
Yep, here in just a couple laps. I am part-time race control. Very part-time.
Literally has to do one thing.
I mean, what's he going to do? Fire me if I get it wrong?
Oh, no!
Pretty much.
Well, they come out of turn 4 to the white flag of the stage.
White flag for Paul Irvin here. Man, and that's not even a battle for position. Paul, just let him go!
No, it's not. But that
Paul, let him go. Let him get his lap back.
he gets his lap back. That's going to put Taylor on the lead lap as well.
It won't because Ryan is in front of Taylor, looks like.
I got Taylor in 8th, Ryan in 10th.
I got
Let that
Ryan
14 car by.
in 8th. He did let
There
him
we go.
by.
And
And that's going to put the 7 back on the lead lap. Doesn't have to worry about the lucky dog. It's going to go to the 7. And we are waiting on the 28 car. Oh, well, I guess we're waiting on the 7 car now, technically.
Be the 14.
Or 14, rather.
There's this.
The 14's got to go a whole nother lap.
Aaron Elam in 3rd, 4th for Michael Steele. James Shano crosses the line in 5th. Matt Erickson in 6th. And now we're just waiting on Domer to get across the line before he gets relapped.
I was told for the entire, entire lead lap here. So here we go. And caution.
The yellow flag is out.
Yellow is out for the first time tonight for this stage. As I mentioned, Paul Irvin wins the stage. Adam Cap sits in 2nd. Ferret and Elam in 3rd. Michael Steele 4th. Shane Wolf in 5th. 6th, you have Matt Erickson and Zach Domer rounding out all lead lap drivers. 1 lap down, you have Matt Cochran and Taylor Wasson. And in 10th, 2 laps down, Joe Darnell, and back on the racetrack, 3 laps down, I would say, Ryan Frey.
2 or 3 down for Ryan Frey. Yep. Well, he's back on track 2 down, so he could theoretically take a wave around here. The 14 and the 9 are going to get waved by the pace car. The pace car is going to pick up the 48 car here. It looks like at the exit of 2. I have a track map. I'm cheating.
I was going to say, I have one too. I just don't think everybody at home wants to watch the track map go around.
No, I don't think so. Probably not.
But Zach Domer, great job for him to battle back to get back on the lead lap and not have to
Looks
start
like,
at the back of the field.
is it going to be Matt that's getting the lucky dog here, or is it going to be the 7?
It looks like Matt passed Taylor Wasson.
Yeah, Matt's hauling tail to get up to the field here, so he might be the guy. And he's not slowing down any. So here he comes, lucky dog. Feeding time on pit road for everybody here.
Absolutely. It is time. It is feeding time. These cars are hungry. They're screaming for new tires.
And fuel.
Yeah. But thank you, everybody who's watching, for being with us all season long. We appreciate you guys for always hitting that like button, subscribing if you did, following every week to see where this channel's going to go. It means a lot to me, and Tyler Aspinall in the booth with me all season. Dude, thank you for keeping me sane, or at least a little more
Of
sane.
course. And I hate to break it away from that, but Adam Capps had issues getting into his pit box there. He had to back up. Lost the spot to Farron Elam.
That could have been a lot worse. But he will
Looks like the 7 here, flirting with the edge of his pit window here. 27 laps on track, and it looks like he's going to take a wave around. Maybe he's banking on a quick caution.
Well, he could hope. If anything goes off of what we had for stage 1, I don't think so. But we are going to step away, and when we return, it'll be the restart from Michigan International Speedway. It's the Driving for a Championship presented by Frey Trucking.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show.
Pace car coming off on pit road. Irvin, Elam, Caps, Shinwolf, green flag in the air, and the inside lane has a great start.
Off
They're
into
side
turn
by
number
s-
1.
Oh,
Shane
Shane
Wolf
Wolf.
looking up top, 3 wide for second. Here he comes. The man, the myth, the legend himself, up to second through 2 corners.
Holy cow.
And he is going to run down that 48 car.
And as long as the 22 don't slip on himself the rest of this race, he's going to have he's going to give that 48 a run for his money, I think.
I think the 48 is running for his money.
Yeah, he's trying to get away.
What do you mean, Shane Wolf? Oh, that 22 made a pass on the outside of 2 cars. What do
Keep
you
in
mean
mind,
he's
this
in
guy, Shane Wolf was not even here for the green flag.
Nope. No, and he made
From
it
the
up to that
back
fifth position.
to the second position.
Just think about it. In that first 50 laps, he was 20 seconds back in 11th place. Made it all the way up to 5th, 16 seconds back.
I'm willing to make a bet right here. I'm saying if we had no stage caution, I'm saying that Shane Wolf getting to the lead still might have been inevitable.
Yeah, it would have been a possibility, but it would have taken a lot longer.
Yeah,
It would
sure.
have, but I honestly don't put it past him. We see the speed he's got right now tracking down that 48 car.
Every single week we see that speed, and it is... I know a couple aliens on the racetrack. He is definitely one of them.
And he's a comedian whenever it comes to interview time.
Oh, God. You have no idea. Gary, you're going to love this.
Oh, I've watched a few races.
Adam Capps looking for
Good to see that he hasn't lost his sense of humor.
No. But so far, just a couple laps since we have gone back green, we are all single file. You have to go all the way back to the 7th position with Zach Domer underneath Michael Steele. Michael is fighting that car now. He was all the way up to that 2nd position, but right now relegated to that 6th spot as he's trying to hold on to it. Caps with a good run through the center, off the turn, closing in on Baron Elam. As they are all single file, trying to use that draft. You see Paul Irvin, Gary, you'll like this one, swerve down the straightaways to try to break the draft, just like the Indy cars in Indianapolis.
And where is Indianapolis located again?
Speedway, Indiana.
Speedway where?
Indiana? I know what you're trying to do.
Sure?
Yes. Look at that. Look at Shane Wolf just shadow right back to the draft for the 48.
Yeah, looks like we got Paul trying to be a swerving Irvin out here. He's going to the top. Shane Wolf going towards the middle of the racetrack here.
Oh, here comes a really good run from the 22.
Yeah, he's going to have a big run here down this back straightaway.
Do you think he might just be biding his time, waiting for that 48's tires to run out? Because you see how hard Paul is driving.
Ooh. Looked like Shane Wolf had a little bit of a wiggle there, getting his left side tires below that first seam. Still all gas and no brakes for that 22 car.
I don't think they're really using any brakes, Gary.
Well, they aren't lifting either. I mean, they are lifting, but they're not lifting a whole lot
I
here.
don't think they're shifting.
Nope, none of that either. If you shift here, you might be grenading that engine here tonight.
Engines are overrated.
Look at Paul putting all the dirty air on that 22. That's the lowest we've seen that 48 run all night. 22 trying to find any way around this 48 car.
Yeah, and look how close that 22 has gotten to that back bumper. He's going to try to angle this car perfectly through the turn, hit the line, and watch him down the back straightaway.
Yeah, they start battling side by side. That 44 car is going to have a nice front row seat.
And this is
And
something...
he'll be sitting in the catbird seat.
This is something that 48 hasn't had all race long.
He really hasn't had a challenger. Yeah. Yeah, he's had it pretty easy here so far. And these guys are a little less than halfway through the fuel run. So tires are going to start to decay here a little bit here as we move forward. They've already fallen off about 2/10.
Barron's even keeping up with them, and that is huge. Adam Capps is within a second. This is big. There are so
Here comes the 22. He's right there.
He's
Side by side down the back.
That 48 gonna pinch him.
I would imagine so. You gotta get a little bit of a side draft. Pull him back. Pull him back. Ooh, was there contact there? Looked like it was pretty close there.
I don't
I
think
didn't
so.
see
But
no contact.
Here
comes the 44. Where's he gonna go? I bet he goes low. No, maybe not. Didn't quite have enough momentum that 44 did.
No, but these
probably will coming down to backstretch though.
44 backed out of it. He's gonna have a nice run.
Here comes the 22, making that bottom lane work. Where's this 44 gonna go? That's what I'm intrigued to see.
No clue whatsoever. It looks like he's playing the in like a butterfly, out like a lion.
Oh, wow. Perfect fitment there.
Yeah, he almost didn't fit right there. It was pretty close.
Oh,
here comes the 44. 22 got loose down there. And that's what I've been talking about. There's less banking down there on the very, very bottom of the racetrack. It'll work for a little bit, but not the whole time. And I think Shane Wolf found the edge right there.
Yeah, being down there and how often he's been down there, that's going to kill your tires. And he's going to have to start moving up the racetrack if he's going to want to make it this full run.
If I'm Shane Wolf, I'm going to let that up.
Well,
never mind. What I was going to say is if I'm Shane Wolf, I was going to let that 44 try to get alongside the 48 so then he could just breeze right by, but looks like that's not going to be happening now.
And this is where Paul Irvin will probably start to walk away again.
I wouldn't say that. Shane Wolf is still on the racetrack and is still very close to him.
That last time by, Paul Irvin with a 40.63. James Shane Wolf just a 10th off. Even smacking the wall out of 2, he's just a 10th off. That's scary.
Yeah, .103, the lap time difference between the 48 and the 22.
Yeah, he's already there again.
Here he comes, making that bottom lane work. He's not giving up on it. But it really does wear out your right side tires being down there because there's not a whole lot of rubber down there because not a whole lot of people run down there.
Everybody's moved up to the middle to the high side. He's the only one religiously in 3 and 4 running the bottom.
Well, and it could be working out for him down there as well because, might be the coolest part of the dynamic track conditions as well.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that that's a thing. They actually made that a thing.
Yeah, remade it a thing, you mean?
That's right. They used to be a thing. Take it out.
And they had to take it out because iRacing had a lawsuit.
Oops.
Oh, did I say part out loud?
They probably don't want us to talk about that.
No, we don't talk about that. Just like we don't talk about Bruno.
That song's gonna be stuck in my head now. Thanks, Gary.
You're welcome.
So, just a rundown of our lead lap cars from 1 to 8. Paul Irvin, your race leader. 10th and a half back to James Shane Wolf. Just about half a second to Farron Elam. Second and a half to Zach Domer in 4th. 2 seconds back in 5th for Michael Steele. 2 seconds and a 10th for Adam Capps in 6th. In 7th, you have 3.5 seconds for Matt Cochran. Matt Erickson, and Matt Cochran is 4 seconds back. So everybody is a lot closer together this time by, but it's still the same. The 48 is still your race leader, as it looked like he put down a banger of a lap, 0.2 faster than Shane Wolf that last time by, and he's starting to grow a little separation between 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, and I think Shane Wolf is starting to rear the ugly head of using up all of his tires there, trying to get to the lead. So if he can maintain a gap of about this, I think coming into the pits, I think he's going to be in pretty good shape. And Shane Wolf proved that he gained a few spots between before coming into the pits on his in lap and then his out lap as well. So Paul and James, in my opinion, at least for the field that we have here tonight, they're pretty dead even on that.
Yeah, he's going to have to hold this for Gary probably another 7 or 8 laps.
A little bit longer than that, maybe more like 9 or 10, because they are, it's about 27, 28, 30 laps, somewhere in there for a fuel run, and they're about to start lap 19 here.
Okay, now I'm starting to think that 22 allowed his tires to cool off a little bit because he's refiring back up. to the 48. Everybody,
Well,
this is wild.
that, and again, the draft here with the diffuser on these cars, it does make a difference. If you can manage your tires and get them to cool down, and then also, you know, just maintaining staying in the draft, you're going to have a really good chance. Here comes the 22, but I think the 48's better on this high side here at this end of the speedway.
Absolutely. There has been nobody can get to that 48 and 3 and 4. It's 1 and 2 where you see that 22 thrive.
I'm almost starting to think that if we're going to see the 22 get past the 48 here, it's going to be on pit road.
It's either going to be pit road or it's going to be at this end of the track in 1 and 2. I don't think if he is going to make the pass, I don't think it's going to be down here unless he can force Paul into a mistake. Which, I mean, we've seen it. People are human. It's very possible.
Oh, something
People are
happened with
human?
Taylor. Oh, he's running a modified. What the heck happened here? As he's
Oh, he
blinking
blinked.
out. Okay. Okay.
Guess we'll never know.
World may never know.
Here comes the 22, sending in again, side by side. Oh, contact!
Oh!
Woo!
They both save it. Domer's on the wall, too.
They kept it straight. Shane Wolf apologizing.
You guys want
They
to see
both
that one
saved it.
again?
Let's do it. Whee!
Zip.
Oh, we got more contact in the wall here. I think
Oh,
it's the 14.
the 14 again.
How
in the
both
wall.
those drivers were able to keep it straight there was pretty impressive.
Championship racing, people. That's what it's going to do to you. To try to put these vehicles in places where they normally wouldn't go.
Well, hopefully both these guys are able to keep going. They don't have any too major damage.
I don't see a lot of damage on either one of the cars.
See, and that's the thing. It's not necessarily about the fender damage. It's the suspension components underneath these
Tie
race cars that
rods.
we can't see. Woohoo!
Now, here's the thing. Is that going to make that 48 be a little more defensive through the turns
I think
here?
so. I think so. We are just crossing that halfway point here in this race. These guys still got a whole nother 75 laps, so they're gonna have to. You're gonna have to pick and choose your battles, I think, moving
So
forward.
there goes the 14, trying to pass the 22 as they enter turn 3. 14 to the inside.
I think the 14 has found a little bit of new life here because he hasn't been wearing out his stuff like the 22 and the 48 have. So he might be able to reel in a couple of spots here. He might even be able to take the lead of this thing.
You know, Shane Wolf,
Non-championship 4 driver looking to spoil the party here.
that's big. That would be big. Griffiths last week, as he's getting eliminated, wins the race. But just paint the picture for everybody at home. The 48 and 22 basically wreck out of 2. 14 gets right back to them. So does the rest of the field. Look how far back Michael Steele is.
Yeah, he's not that far back at all here. And you got Caps right there as well. I think the 14's going to lead this lap here, AJ. He is by a half a car length.
Let's see
New
if he's
leader.
gonna be able to hold it. He's not going to have a great entry in the turn 1.
Yeah, very shallow entry there for that 14, but
Oh, I thought we were about to see 3 wide.
he's making it work. I thought Shane Wolf was going to make it 3. He's going to make it 3 anyway. Maybe not.
Got our hopes up.
Sure did.
Halfway through tonight's race. Normally on a Monday night, we probably would be just around that 30 lap mark here. Normally go live around 9. But we are already halfway through. Thank you for everybody for joining us. That 14 is putting on a show to get past the 2 fastest cars on the racetrack right now. The 22.
Oh,
the
the 22 got tight. He's tight.
That's 2. That's twice. the 22
That's,
has messed with the 48.
But the 22 is clear.
Yeah, 22's clear there. 48 backed way out of it because he's like, you know what? We're halfway. I need to make sure that my car gets past halfway into the finish line.
I think that 22 also kind of ran the diamond line there, allowed him to build a run on the 48. I don't necessarily think that the 48 was going to be as passive enough to let the 22 by, especially since it looks like he might be going for a pass here if he can help it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are coming close to pit stops. We are within 5 to 7 laps of pit stops here.
More like 3 to 4.
And Adam Capps has completed the pass on Michael Steele for the 4th spot, 3rd in the championship. We have our final 4 drivers under a blanket here going down the back straightaway.
2 through 5. All right there under a blanket. And that is the important thing here, folks, tonight. We decided champion.
I can't wait to talk to our championship winner. Steele's going to try to take away 4th again from Capps.
Paul
And
got
he does
really close to
exactly
that
that.
wall there at the exit of 4. I thought he was about to knock it down.
I think Paul's used up all his stuff because here comes Michael Steele. He's got a great run going into turn number 1.
I'm curious to see how much damage he's got because, you know, that I know it didn't look like a hard hit when the 22 and the 48 got together, but it seems like with these cars, either they can take a beating or they can't. So
They got together
curious
twice.
to see where. Yeah, they got together twice. So I'm curious to see if he's got any damage, and if so, how much.
I don't see anything in terms of cosmetic damage on that 48 car. Now, I don't know if there's maybe a toe link that's been a little bit bent,
Or
but
even some wheel damage. It could be
yeah.
either or. Yeah.
That
He-
48
I-
These
is
guys are going to
struggling
be
hold on
looking to
third.
pit, I would imagine, here within the next couple laps.
in terms of that outer shell, he looks fine, and Shane Wolf looks fine as well.
But how's
Yeah,
this?
it also could
everybody?
be they've used their tires up too, because I mean, if you get knocked sideways, 48 in the fence again.
And they're 3 wide contact.
whoa. I don't think Paul knew that they were 3 wide there.
How is this? After the stage, we all knew they were going to get bunched up, and that Shane Wolf was going to be on a
Yeah, that
rocket.
48's
Irvin
coming
in.
in. He is coming in. I don't blame him.
No, not at all.
Feeding time. You 30 laps here. Yeah, it's time to come in.
But it's crazy how under a blanket everything has been since the stage.
Yeah, definitely been a lot more competitive, and it started there with the 22 having a reset. That does help there, you know, with this caution, that stage caution. And also the 5 has shown some fight, and the 44 did early in the going after the green, but you could tell he burned up his stuff pretty early too. So
Shane Wolf has to react here. He's going to come in,
So's
try to
the
prevent that
yeah,
undercut
him
from
and
the
the
48.
5, they got to come in right here.
Adam Capps is going to take the gamble and stay out another lap. This will help him in the long run, but as of right now, that is definitely going to hurt him.
You can't make a mistake. If you're a Championship 4 driver, or even Zach Domer is looking to spoil it, you need to be perfect on your pit stops here. And
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Paul Irvin comes out in front of the 14, not a lap down. Does the 14 repay the favor?
Yeah, I think the 14 is going to let him go here because he's got 31 laps versus Paul on his out lap. I think we're going to see the 14 car come in.
He
Yeah,
is
it
coming
looks
in
like
right
he's,
now.
yeah, he's decelerating like he is coming in. So
And so does Adam Capps. We saw
And Joe Darnell.
yeah, it looks like everybody that was left that hadn't pitted yet is on pit road. So it looks like Paul is going to inherit the lead for now.
Capps did have issues trying to get into his pit stall on his previous stop. Well, at least I'm keeping an eye on him. I'll have to see here if he has any more issues.
Is he sliding the box?
Very
And
conservative.
Does.
very clean
Missed
this
it.
time.
Very
Oh, he did
conservative.
get it. Oh, he got it. Yeah, and that's the thing too. With us as drivers, Tyler, you know this. I mean, when you're trying to when you miss your pit box insanely bad the first stop, that second stop you're a little more careful,
Yeah, right.
and you can kind of overcompensate as well.
Paul Irvin took
Shane
a point,
Wolf's
and he's going to have a hell
deal-
of a lead.
Yeah, Capps is very far back now, and that's the result of pitting 2 laps
48 in
late.
the wall out of 2.
Oh, 48 sideways in the fence. Well, that's gonna help the 22. I don't think he hit the wall. I think he just got loose. Let's go on board here, AJ.
I don't see any damage.
I don't think he hit the wall. No, he just got loose.
Oh, from the far off camera, I thought he creamed the wall.
No, he just get... And that's the thing here, too, where if you're driving on the right rear a little too much in this next-gen car, that's where you get loose and you're flirting with disaster. Any yaw in this car, this car don't like it.
So even with that moment from the 48, pitting a lap earlier put him a second and a half, a little over a second and a half, ahead of the 22. So that undercut definitely works big time here at Michigan.
And he's currently pulling away from James Shanewolf as well. Lap time.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I think the 22 might have learned from his mistake that last run. I think he's going to try and take it easy here a little bit coming out of the gate.
That lap was almost 3/10 quicker for the 48.
Yeah, almost 3.
You can't let him get that far ahead, though, because you're still going to have to
Reel him back in.
Yeah, I think he knows that how hard Paul was pushing on his outlap there, so it might be enough to where if Shane pushes a little bit, he should still be able to catch him pretty easy. We'll have to see. But we've kind of noticed tonight, though, two guys, like, if you don't have a drafting partner, it's kind of hard to make some hay by yourself.
And just
yeah,
like...
still almost another 2/10 faster there between the 48 and the 22. 48 beneficiary there.
And just like our first stage, when we hit green flag pit stops, it separated everybody. And once again, it has separated everybody completely. From first all the way to 8th, the lead lap is now 12.5 seconds. From first to 8th, Paul Irvin, Matt Cochran. Adam Capps now battling with Farron Elam, playoff driver in the number 2, trying to move up another position. But it doesn't matter where you finish, you just need to be the highest championship 4 driver, and that's currently Paul Irvin.
Yep. Doesn't matter if you win or finish second, as long as it's not a championship 4 driver that wins the race. Like you said, highest finishing of the 4. Gonna get you that spot.
We see it happen a lot more in Xfinity than we do Cup, where the championship 4 doesn't always win the race. But they're the red drivers with the red bar going across their name, Irvin, Shanewolf, Steele, and Capps. Domer, look out for Domer, because late on this run, especially if something happens with Irvin, if he gets loose out of 2 again.
And Steele trying to get past Shanewolf. Steele easily breezes by Shanewolf.
That just proves the point I think Gary was making. That 22 is being very conservative right now of those tires.
Or maybe not even tires. Maybe he's trying to save gas, letting that 5 by so he had somebody to draft off of.
Yeah, because if you're the guy leading the pack, it's usually not a good sign either. So I think it could be a little bit of tire strategy, maybe a little bit of fuel saving too. You know, you want to keep your means about you for sure.
Why do you want to save fuel? Because everybody's going to have to come down at least one more time. Maybe 2, depending on when you pit.
Well, if you extend it by a couple of laps, that could mean the difference of getting less fuel when you come into the pits. But also meaning, you know, if you do have to pit later than some of the other guys, you got a little more fuel in the tank and you can go harder that last run. I think that's what the 22 is trying to do, is set himself up for that last run.
Do you attempt a 2-tire stop?
I think you can get away with it in this car. I think you can probably take lefts and get away with it here. But I would say probably you'd want to take rights. You just have to see how your car is doing and at that moment, and if it's running a little tight, you just put rights on, and that should loosen you up for the run afterwards.
Yes,
But
there's the battle
with
for
the track
second,
being
third, and
130 degrees, I think you'll want tires every time.
So right now, second, third, and fourth are under a blanket, while Paul Irvin is still with a 2.5 second plus lead on everybody. Running very, very competitive laps, very strong laps, but last time by, he was 2/10 slower than Michael Steele.
Well, I am looking at the telemetry here, and I am showing for the pit stop itself. Shane Wolf was a 13.9 last stop. So was Zach Domer. Michael Steele was a 14.2, but Paul Irvin was a 13.4. So that alone, by that extra half second, it's proven to be a few hundred feet here on the racetrack.
Oh, something happened with Taylor again. I don't know if it's actually him wrecking or him blinking. I honestly think it's him blinking.
He's blinking quite a bit.
Never has that 7 blinked to this extent. Maybe once or twice a race, but he's not having a good time here. And Paul Irvin, last time by, a 40.9. Michael Steele is closing the gap of 40.55.
Could it be that draft that's helping them?
I think it could be. I think that's where you're seeing the faster lap time is based on the draft.
But he's not getting pushed. The 5 is just raw speed right now. If anything, Shane Wolf and Domer are benefiting from being behind the 5. He's bringing them back up to Paul Irvin.
Oh yeah, yeah. Even though it's not like bump drafting like you would see at Daytona or Talladega here, the draft does play a huge part as far as the speed on the straightaway for your lap time. So if you could sit here and ride and be towed, and you have a fast enough car to lead the line, they'll be able to catch up pretty quick. And I'm showing here that gap has gone by the wayside here for Paul. Paul has more problems down the back straightaway here. He got loose again out of 2. If not, I think kissed the wall that time.
Is that pressure, maybe?
Be that pressure.
Or he tried to extend that lead as far as it can.
Well, and he's been driving off the right rear all night long, and it's made him loose a couple of times. And that's the thing you got to realize as a driver too. You got to manage the right side tires a lot in this car, because that edge is thinner than a razor's edge. You got to be able to run the bottom for a few laps, then move up, then move back down. You're constantly moving around just to make sure that your tire wear stays even all night long.
Paul is also shifting.
Is he shifting?
He is.
Whew. Stop shifting there, bud.
Yeah, he's in 4th.
Actually, Michael Steele is too. And Zach Domer.
Maybe they know something we don't.
I'm saying Shane Wolf knows something we don't, because Shane Wolf, I think, is the only one that is not shifting.
I mean, I wouldn't be shifting here.
Shane Wolf is actually clutching it into the corner.
Yeah, I think it just goes back to these guys trying to save, well, at least Shane Wolf, trying to save some fuel here.
We're on board with Shane Wolf right now. Watch this.
Going into 3 here. No shifting. Clutch. Yeah, clutch all the way down to 2,000.
And when you hear him putting the clutch in like that, you can just hear all the tires being used up, because you're no longer having the car's power help rotate you. It's all wheel.
Yep, it's all wheel, all the tires there.
Everybody, I think, in this top 4 has gone into some sort of either save or just go mode. There is no in-between here of just riding.
Zach Domer has stopped shifting. Michael Steele still is, and so is Paul Irvin. But Irvin has definitely used up all of his stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the shifting too. You have more wheel spin to those rear tires as well to keep into account here. So Paul could have used up all of his stuff by shifting. So might want to stop if he wants to keep the tires intact.
What's going to be wild is if they get to this 48 and the 48 just drives off into the sunset again.
Well, I mean, we are getting close to pit stops again.
Also, wouldn't be the first time that would happen either.
No, not at all.
Oh, you're thinking you're catching me? Not today.
Well, we are in the last 50 laps here, AJ, so don't be surprised if we see them maybe split this final run in half here. So what I mean by that is they're going to pit now, and then they're going to pit with about 25 to go. Wouldn't be surprised if you see somebody like Steele or Shane Wolf try it just to see if they can play a little bit of leapfrog. Because if you keep following the leader, you know what you're going to end up doing? Following the leader.
You're not going to make any ground on them.
Exactly.
And if you're in here to run second in a championship race, why are you in here?
Yeah, exactly.
And Steele is taking that to heart because he is trying to get the lead right now.
Here he comes, down to the inside of the 48.
Very proud of that 5 and how he's run all season long. He has to be the most consistent driver.
It is, and that's the thing about turn 2 where it flattens out like that. It can be really dicey on old tires.
And we know these two, especially Paul and Michael, they're both shifting. They're both trying as hard as they can to use their stuff up. And Shane Wolf, I think we're starting to see survival of the fitting because he's gotten past Domer, and he's now tracking these guys down as they fight for the lead.
Looks like Paul barely led that lap.
How close was it, Gary? Because I know it was very
4
close.
1,000ths of a second.
Ugh. Michael Steele just wants that lap lead.
Yeah, he could use some points, but the points don't matter.
I think that's a bit of an understatement. He wants that championship. All these guys do.
Well,
yeah, and it's really cool to see 3 out of the 4 championship 4 guys riding right here in your top 3.
Well,
I think Domer knows too, like, I'm not in the championship fight here, and we're kind of getting to that point of the race where it's like,
He's clear.
all right, I'm not leading. I might as well just let these guys have their race here, as we got to change for the lead here with 5.
Just like last season, everybody, it's 3v1. Darnell Racing versus one Rocky Faith Motorsports. And last season, the driver, the number 41 for Rocky Faith Motorsports, came out the victor. What are we going to have
Dean
tonight?
Demmer.
Damn it, Dean.
He ought to come back. Come on.
I don't think he liked the next-gen cars.
Well, he better be back for trucks next season.
Michael Steele leading laps at Michigan International Speedway. Title sponsor of the series as well, Michael Steele Graphics and Designs.
Whew.
He is trying to run.
Yeah, that 48 is crazy loose now.
I think that has a lot to do with him trying to stay in first the whole time.
Yeah, that when that 48 falls off, he falls off like a rock. Here he goes, pitting. He's not going to make it.
And he's going to try to get that undercut.
Yeah, he's going to try to go for that, splitting this last little bit in half here.
45 lap run.
He is going to have to pit again. I can't see going 45
No,
laps.
you can't go 45 on a tank here. He's definitely playing the 2-stop game from here.
We have seen crazy strategies in the past, though.
We have.
We have.
We have indeed.
And if a certain C word comes out for chaos...
Caution? Chaos? Caution?
That changes everybody's book here.
What, caution?
Yes, that thing.
Caution.
Nobody else coming
Caution.
down pit road. Just Paul Irvin last time by on
That
lap
would really
105.
screw Paul right now if we had a caution.
Well, he's on the lead lap, though.
For now. Here comes the 5.
Was that an unsafe pit exit for the 48?
I don't know.
He
I was
was-
just
Yeah,
thinking...
we'll have
He
to
was
watch that.
he was
Who's
over the
coming there?
line before he came across the cone.
I was
Let's
just
take a
thinking
look.
that same thing.
Let's take a look. I'm going to look at it here. Ooh, he had his right sides right there on the line. That's going to be
I
close
saw him
by
over.
iRacing. Let's see what the... Ooh.
That's going to be very close. If he doesn't get it, I can see it. If he gets it, I can see that too.
He had both of his right sides over the line before he passed the cone and as he was passing the cone.
Has he come over comms about a black flag yet?
Nothing yet. We'll keep an eye on it though.
Right now, currently Michael Steele leading the pack over James Shanewolf 210, Zach Domer sitting in third, Adam Capps in fourth, in fifth, Farron Elam. Your top three under a blanket as I cross the stripe.
Looks like Caps is making his way down pit road.
So we have 2 of our final 4 drivers going for the 2 stops. Is a 1 stop possible here?
Can be. It's a little close. A little closer than I think a lot of these guys would like.
They're gonna have to pit around what, 115?
Yeah, I think a lot of these guys here that just pit in, they can go to about lap 130, lap 135, and then I think you're going to see a lot of these guys that are just now pitting, probably pitting at around lap 140. So about 10 to go. And that'll just be a simple gas and go for some of those guys too.
Oh, Adam Capps was close too on the pit exit. I don't think Paul got it, and I don't know if Adam's gonna get it.
Yeah, if Paul would have gotten it, he would have had to serve it by now because he is on lap 5 of the run here, and it would have. You only get 3 laps to serve, so.
Capps was running that line the whole way out though, and he did spill out a little bit when he got close to it, but I don't know if that's gonna catch him or not.
Nothing on comms as of yet saying he has to serve anything, so we'll keep an eye on that too.
I think that just shows how hard these guys have to push fighting for a championship here. It's coming down to how you exit pit road.
Pit stops, pit stops, pit stops. That's why I always talk about these championship races. You have to be perfect in the pits.
Everybody is worried about how fast your car is.
And
Here
Michael Steele is coming in. And Shane Wolf is still hardcore saving.
Are you putting on the fastest laps? How you doing in the draft? When they need to practice, also pit entry and pit exit. Not something to be neglected.
I mean, if the 22 can extend it by another 2 or 3 laps here, he might be able. It'd still be close to making it a 1-stopper to the end.
This entire run,
or even making it a non-stop to the end.
This entire run, he has been clutching through the corners, and he still is. Even with Domer right behind him, looks like he might actually be catching him too. Shane Wolf is trying to make this a 1-stop.
That's going to be big, because right now you see it working. He's got the lead, and even clutching that far, he's faster than Domer. He's faster than Elam. Erickson is that last time by 2/10 faster. It's going to be wild to see what happens to this 22. I can't wait. This is gonna be crazy.
Well, it looks like the 2 had to serve his
Did he really?
Flag. Yeah, because I'm showing laps 109 and 110 did not count.
Oh yeah, he did. So he did have. That's weird because it looked like he
once and he came in a second time.
Yeah, he did serve a pass through a second time. The weird part is he looked closer than Irvin did. I mean, Irvin's looked a little more blatant.
Yeah, for sure.
And he didn't have anything but caps. Like, I don't think his entire right side's even dipped over, and he got penalized.
Yeah.
So that is probably going to be the nail in the coffin there for the two, is now he is a lap down.
Yeah, he is a lap down. So, gonna be interesting to see where he cycles around. There's anybody that wants a caution after the cycle? It's that 2 car.
I'm trying to figure out what happened to Michael Steele. He is 11.5 seconds back of Paul Irvin.
Irvin pit way early.
6 laps sooner.
Yeah, about 2 seconds a lap too. That sounds about right.
Okay, yeah. You know math. It's a Monday.
Well, this is only like my third Monday of summer. I don't know how it's still working.
Well, lap 32, lap 33 for Shane Wolf here.
Yeah,
if he is able to squeak out 35 laps on a tank, and he's going to come in this time, he might make it.
If anybody can do it, it's going to be Shane Wolf.
He's 4
He's out.
seconds
He's
a lap
out.
slower.
He's out. He's
oh,
out.
he's out of gas. He's going slow. He's up the pace.
He was hoping
Yeah,
to make
that car is
Domer's
sputtering.
going to go by him.
Wow.
I think Domer might be out too.
Wow.
No,
Domer might have.
Domer still has gas.
No,
Domer's going to try going another lap.
This is gonna.
I think Shane Wolf was saving longer than Domer.
If there's no caution, this ends James Shane Wolf.
Yeah. Well, he did shut it off. I think he's trying to refire it now to see if he can.
I think he's literally keeping pit speed on the starter right now.
Yep, he's keeping pit speed on the starter, and he's at 50 miles an hour as he comes into his pit stall here.
Well, that is the perfect fuel strategy. He is going to be way behind, but if he can make this one stop work.
If he could go 34, that's just another lap. He might be able to do it.
Here comes Domer.
And Zach Domer, I think,
and Domer was
out.
able to go 34 here, so...
Zach Domer's not out.
No.
He couldn't go another lap, though. Shane mistimed it by about a half a lap.
This is insane, people.
Guys running out of gas just to make it last.
Shane Wolf has been sitting there for a hot minute. Oh, wait, no, he hasn't. Never mind.
Hit the live button.
I was looking at another car. I am live. That was actually Ryan Frey. I mistaken for him. Oops.
Oof.
No offense to Shane Wolf there.
Well, here comes Ryan. He's coming out of the pits. Ryan's not having a good end to his season here. 6 laps down. Oof. Tough.
He's looking for bigger and better.
I would hope so.
In August, which I can't wait for. But good job with the whole admin team. Joe Darnell, Ryan, Cody. For basically getting thrown into the fire. Brandon Dunford, Matt Erickson, getting thrown into the fire and just thriving. This season has been nothing but a success. I know we're looking at 10 cars here tonight. Well, I'm sorry, 11, 12 with TJ who showed up and decided to bounce. So I don't know on that one.
I bet he saw the lap times and dip. Oh, sorry, did I call him out again?
But just
watching you, TJ.
Just a very fun season to call, and I can't wait to see what Ryan and the crew do in August when it comes back.
Is that when season 2 starts? Or not season 2? Is that next season, August?
Yes, the beginning of August.
I'm going to have nothing to do for a while.
I just don't know if that 22 is going to be able to maintain his spot on the lead lap. 14 included.
Well, you got to think they got to make a whole other pit stop.
Yeah, 48 does. That's true. That's very true. Gonna be interesting.
You know, it's amazing that he ran out of fuel halfway down the back straightaway, and he's
basically to the back bumper of the 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very close to the 14 too for running out.
If those two guys can make it 35, applause for them. I mean,
Well,
that's,
Shane
that's
Wolf
good
went
work.
33 and Domer went 34.
Well, and that's what you needed to do. You either needed to go 34 on this past run and 33 on the next, or 33 on the last run and 34 on the next. So Shane Wolf's going to have to squeeze out another lap.
Which I think he definitely can do, because he was fighting for a little bit on the last run.
Yes, and I know he's learned from Scott Ramler and, you know, Paul and a few other guys, you know, over the years of fuel saving. So he's going to have to put all of that and more to the test here.
Here's you the 48 of Paul Irvin, last time by a 41.12 to Michael Steele sitting in second, 7.5 seconds back, a 40.65.
Shane Wolf is saving gas and running faster than them.
Ouch. What does that tell you, Gary?
For what? Sorry, I tuned out for a second.
You're killing the engine. It's still running faster lap times than the field.
Well, shoot, that's Scott Rambler stuff right there. Yeah, it's incredible. I gotta say that. I mean, the way that you're able to just haul it off into the corner and still be quick, that's you're doing some really amazing stuff right there.
If he makes it work, he looks like a genius. If it doesn't work, what a shot. Throwing an absolute Hail Mary, because Gary, you mentioned it about 40-ish laps ago. If you're going to do the exact same thing as the leader, you're not going to beat him. This is Shane Wolf throwing the Hail Mary.
Yeah, and you have to have your Hail Mary, your overtime, fourth quarter moment, your Game 7 moment. This is right here for Shane Wolf. He's made his bed with the strategy. He's got to lie in it now.
Yeah, once you put yourself in that deficit, you need to see it through.
Yeah, and he's lost some time, Shane Wolf has, to Domer, but Domer can go a little bit harder than Shane Wolf because he was able to get that extra lap of fuel that last run. So I think Shane Wolf at this point knows he's racing for a championship and not just the win. Domer's not in the playoffs here in this Final Four, so Domer could go out and win the race, and Shane Wolf would be okay with that as long as he finishes second.
And they just caught Matt Erickson and Farron Elam. This is 3, 4, 5, and 6 on the racetrack.
Kind of like a Ross Chastain situation last season at Phoenix, if y'all remember that. Where Ross Chastain wins the race, Ryan Blaney finishes second and wins the championship.
2 burnouts.
You said Game 7 a few moments ago, and it got me wondering. Currently Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. It is currently the end of the second period, and the Florida Panthers are up 2-1 on the Oilers, for any of you that are hockey fans.
A lot of us are. At least I know I am. But my team got eliminated like 2.5 weeks ago, so...
I'm a Penguins fan. Ouch.
That sucked.
You poor soul. Screw the Penguins.
We got treated to our cups about 7 years ago. It's fine.
Elam starting to pull away from this pack. Oh, as Erickson's in the wall out of 4.
And Darnell is passing Shane Wolf. That is not poor position.
No, yeah.
But he drove
Darnell's
faster.
3 laps down here, so...
Michael Steele's got that 5 Ford Mustang to about 5.5 seconds. It's going to be very close.
Shane Wolf just asked for his teammate Joe Darnell to stay quote, right there.
I need.
And
need you to-
and Caps just asked Matt Cochran if
Yeah, I was
he's
gonna
got
say,
an
I
itch in
think
his left arm.
Caps and
So,
Cochran, I think, are working together too.
I think they're trying to work out a way for a caution to appear.
I don't think it's
so.
that. I think they're both trying to save fuel.
No, I think they are too.
Don't put that
I'm
out
just trying
there.
to make a joke. I'm just trying to make a joke. It's fine.
But I mean, if the 12 or the 4 does have a bit of a moment and brings out a bit of a yellow, I think we'll know exactly where to look.
Oh, stop it.
That's the first thing my dad says anytime there's a wreck towards the end of the race. Where's their
Michael
teammates at?
Steele coming down pit road. He's trying the undercut here.
Oh, he was... Ooh, maybe? That was close.
2 tires and fuel, Gary? What would you be taking here?
Well, I think I'd be taking either fuel only, or I'd be taking probably rights and a splash here just to make sure that I make it to the end.
I don't think that matters because he was at 61 miles an hour when he passed the cone.
Oh well, yeah, he might get a ticket from Officer Friendly here at the exit of the pit lane, or entrance of the pit lane rather.
And that wouldn't be
Didn't
the
get
first...
ticketed yet. I don't see a black flag for him yet.
Not
But Paul
yet.
Urban is in the pits. 28 also going to be making a pit stop
Ericsson's,
here.
yep, coming in.
When would that black flag get triggered?
Well, if it's
Right
speed
now,
going
as
into
soon
the
as he
pits, it would be a
exited
hole.
pit. I don't, unless you have any different overlay, Gary, I don't think we can see that until we know he's coming down pit road.
Yeah, I don't see anything as far as the 5 goes being penalized.
Here comes the
We'll just
48
have
coming
to-
out.
We'll just have to see, but the one that's going to try and hold on for this one is going to be Shane Wolf. He's up to 4th.
And he's going to have, I'm going to say, around a 30-second lead over the 48.
And Domer and Darnell are all right there. So, and Domer has fallen back significantly because I think he was trying to push a little bit. Now he's back into save mode late in this run here. Roughly in about 12 minutes, y'all, we'll be determining the outcome of this one.
Yeah, this is amazing. This
Not unless we have...
Not unless we get a yellow.
And then Gary says it.
Thank you for finishing my sentence there. I didn't want AJ to beat me.
I wouldn't do that. I'd wait for the stream then.
Well, if it gets bad enough. 11 seconds between Paul
Frey's in the
Urban and
wall out of
Shane Wolf.
4. Right in front of Farron Elam, who's currently your race leader.
And Darnell's coming into the pits here.
No pit for Steele yet. We'll see here.
Yeah, I think he's on lap 3 now. If he doesn't pit this time, we might see him disappear.
That was the very aggressive entry that Michael Steele has wanted to do all season long, but now it seemed like he actually got it to work when he needed it the most.
Nailed it. And he's going for the pass on Adam Caps, because I think Caps is trying to make it to the end now.
I don't think so. Adam Caps last pit on 108, so he's gonna have to stop.
Well, he's been saving like crazy, and he hasn't really showing any signs of having the desire to pit yet, saying that he has told Cochran he wants him to stay right there. And actually, as I say that, he's driving past Cochran.
Believe me, I've done that many times where, hey, this is happening, and then the complete opposite happens.
Cochran's pitting. 4 cars coming into the pits.
So that means the 2 cars probably going to come in pretty soon here.
I would imagine so. Looks like the 22 is going to be your
14.
provisional leader whenever the 44 decides to come in.
44 is using
Which
that
I would
9
imagine-
as a drafting partner.
Yeah. But also the 44, keep in mind, he's got 3 to 4 extra laps, depending on which driver you're talking about, between Shane Wolf and Domer. And I don't think he's really been saving much. I could be wrong.
There goes Elon.
What I love about James Shane Wolf saving here, he's clutching it the whole way through the corner, and he is still setting competitive lap times relative to the 44. As we see Paul Urban setting 40 flats right now. Do we think that inevitably when the 48 does catch the 22, is he going to have enough tire to get past him?
That's the thing, and we've always talked about it. I don't care if it's the Xfinity car here, the next gen, you know. Getting to somebody is one thing. Passing them is completely something else. So we'll just have to see what happens.
That last time by, Irvin was a 1.5 seconds faster than Shane Wolf.
But I think tires can fall off 1.5 seconds in 15 laps.
That is true.
Not to mention, if Shane Wolf saves a surplus, when does he turn it back on? Because he's been so light this entire run, his tires aren't really seeing that much fatigue.
Yeah. Really, the only fatigue I'd be concerned about with Shane Wolf is just, you know, you're relying on the tires so much when you take all the power out of the wheels to help that car turn. So it'd be interesting here. I mean, Paul has eaten into that gap pretty significantly. I'm showing it's about 6 seconds flat going into 3 here. Paul is just eating away at that interval, so I don't know. You have to see if it's worth it to you. This was definitely worth a shot, but there's too many laps left, I think.
Michael Steele is losing ground now. Did he burn off those tires coming off at pit road? I'm going to throw my hat and say yes, he did. But what a hell of a show for that 5 if this is what the outcome's going to be. Trying to do something different than both Paul Irvin and James Shane Wolf. As Shane Wolf right now sitting in second, has a Domer buffer for third, but back and forth a second back. There's the 48, and he is very fast right now.
Yeah, let's not forget about Elam in this too. I mean, he's leading this thing, and he's still staying out. We'll see. I don't think he'll be able to make it last.
And Urban's going to go around the outside of the 14. He's going to breeze right by him.
Yeah, he's going to blow the doors off of this 22 car, I believe, as well, unfortunately.
So now we shall see if there is a reaction from the 22, if he's going to turn it back on, or if he's going to keep doing the exact same thing he's been doing.
I don't think at this point
And
he
I don't.
can.
Sure, Paul's on brand new tires, but I mean, how hard? 22's tires, like we said earlier, hasn't really seen too much wear and tear.
Coming to 10 laps to go next time by.
And Paul Irvin,
and Shane Wolf would love a caution.
He would, but I think Mr. Irvin is going to check out here.
Yeah, unfortunately, if nothing happens here, it is going to be a Paul Irvin championship.
I think Shane Wolf is also expected that because he went right back to saving because he knows he's got nothing for him. And he'd still like to finish the race.
Only 6 drivers on the lead lap as we speak. Elam, Irvin, Shaq. Okay, there's the pass for the lead. The 48 gets by the 44 coming out of turn 2. So move the 48 up to first. Elam in second. Shane Wolf in third. Fourth, you have Zach Domer. In fifth, you have Michael Steele. Matt Erickson rounding out our lead lap drivers, sitting in sixth. But a huge shout out to everybody on the racetrack tonight. It's been one heck of a race. A lot of strategy going into a race that I wasn't expecting to have a lot of strategy. As Elam hits pit road, Erickson now hits pit road. Your playoff drivers are 1, 2, 4, and 6. As you see the 48 with 9 to go on the backstretch. This has been a very entertaining race when it comes to strategy, Gary. You being the crew chief that has called more people to wins than I can count, what would you be telling your driver from the box, whether you're Paul Irvin or just Shane Wolf trying to make it to the end of the race?
Well, unfortunately, I think I would have picked just like a barely an undercut on. I don't think I would have kept Shane Wolf out this long. Unfortunately, just with how the trends of the race have been going, you only had that one caution for the stage. Everything else has been green. And with the pace of the race as it was, I don't know if going 33 laps would have worked. But, I mean, kudos to him for trying. I would have taken a similar strategy as what Steele and what Irvin were on. I think you would have had no choice.
I just heard Michael Steele come over the radio as he was passing. Sounds like these guys are arguing. And
These
Shane
guys
Wolf
are
is
getting
not
a little-
happy. They are not happy with each other.
They're getting a little salty over the radio here, a little spicy.
About
Shane Wolf
spicy
gave him a
content
shot
here.
going into 1.
Oh, here's
Steele's
your
gonna
shot.
give him another one off
Oh,
of 2.
I thought they were.
They're
gonna
not
crash
even
there.
racing for the championship, and this is
They're not.
happening.
Yeah. They're just
where did that
everybody's
start?
going all out.
I think Shane Wolf was trying to be defensive on Steele as he was passing him, and Steele came over the radio and said, "I will wreck you."
Oh,
Yep.
As in,
wow.
he
Sure
did not
did.
appreciate
Yeah.
his defensiveness.
Out in the open there.
That's, never heard Michael Steele talk like that before.
Yeah.
And
it's
so the
pretty
22
rare.
didn't appreciate that, so he gave him a bump going into the corner, and then the 5 gave him another bump, and that was that.
As somebody, Tyler, have you ever heard Michael talk like that? Because,
I have never. I think. Oh, and Shane Wolf got the wall hard, and he saves it.
Yeah, he saved it.
Oh, that
yep,
could've
I've
been
that's the
disaster.
championship.
I've never heard Michael talk like that. He's always kind of been the let's save it for the after the race kind of guy. And even then,
level-headed
he's
guy,
always been
yeah.
calm.
Yeah.
I know
We
I've
got 5 laps to go,
definitely
gentlemen.
I've had my differences with Michael before, but he's always been professional about it, and I was the immature little butthead about it.
Well, I mean, you're also what, 20? I was immature when I was 20. Don't say anything, AJ.
nope, I'm not. Not at all. Not doing it.
Let's see here. 6 seconds here. Yeah, we need a caution. Woo caution. Chaos. We need it. Right now. 4 to go. Throw it.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. There's your yellow.
22 and the 9 come together. No yellow, I don't think.
No yellow whatsoever. Oh, no.
It just went from bad to worse for the 22.
Man, Shane Wolf is just getting crapped on.
And then,
Poor James.
Ryan Frey just
That
got
sucks.
super tight.
yeah.
Ryan is apologizing his ass off, but I don't think that's going to be enough for James. Oh, man. I don't know. Sorry, I said the word on television. Sorry.
You're good.
Sorry, everybody.
We're PG-13, just, without that one bomb. You can't drop that one.
Well, there's
I've
3
heard
words
you
you can't
drop it
really.
before.
There's 3 words you really can't drop.
I think AJ is bad enough because I have heard it when I didn't watch the broadcast. I've heard about it when I didn't
Oh,
watch
you've
the
heard about it?
broadcast.
I can show
And I've
you.
also heard it when I've watched the broadcast.
All right.
All right, enough of that.
Don't bury the lead here as we're coming to 2 to go. Dual popsicle sticks up in the air for Paul Irvin. Running his own race. Almost 7 seconds ahead of Michael Steele. This is a drive of a lifetime tonight for that 48 as he's going to come out of turn 4. He's looking for the white flag presented by the Wrestling with Nerds podcast.
AJ, me and Gary are being dead silent right now because we can hear stuff that you can't.
Oh no.
Well, we got a 7-second gap to the leader darn near for Michael Steele. Paul Irvin for the final time, coming out of 2.
Final time tonight, final time for the season, down the back straightaway. 3. Paul Irvin out of 4 is going to win the Extreme Forces Racing Leads Michael Steele Graphic and Design Premier Series. He's going to win the championship. He's got to be ecstatic right now. Paul Irvin with a very commanding win here tonight. Michael Steele's going to come home in 2nd. Zach Domer in 3rd. Adam Caps, Farron Elam, James Shane Wolf, Matt Erickson, Matt Cochran, Joe Darnell, and Ryan Frey rounding out that top 10.
Yeah, looks like our podium is going to be the only ones finishing on the lead lap here tonight. Paul Irvin going to burn it down. Good race for him. Good season overall, I believe, for him. I don't know how many races he's won. I haven't paid as close attention as I would like, but
probably a good chunk. I'd say a good chunk.
You know, going to come out here, be victorious, probably burn it down with his teammates here.
Yeah, it looks like Michael Steele's give him a nice punt in the butt.
So, what you couldn't hear there, AJ, James and Ryan were going back and forth about their get-together there.
Okay, you want to PG it up for us?
I can sum it up because there is a lot to try to memorize. But basically, as Gary said, that why am I blank? There it is. Ryan was apologizing his $A $sign off. James still was not very accepting to his apologeticness.
Basically, they got together and they wrecked, and James basically said, well, you're not racing for anything being 7 laps down. Like, just get out of the way. Essentially. Just like, there's your rated G version for general audience.
Gotcha.
So, but, I don't know. I think people are pretty heated. There's been some comments here in the iRacing chat even. So, you know, interesting stuff here is we got Paul Irvin doing a Polish victory lap at 150 miles an hour.
Don't normally see that. Usually it's, I'm used to seeing somebody just drive backwards. If you know, you know. We're about to get our podium.
One of the greatest interviews of all time on the show.
You ain't kidding, pal. You ain't kidding. Waiting to get our top 3 in the booth. We're waiting for Paul Irvin, who you see right there on your screen. Michael Steele's already waiting. But we're trying to get Zach Domer up there so we can talk to him. He is burning it down.
Gotta love the teammate celebrations there. Paul backing it into Gatorade Victory Lane here.
There it is. He should be joining the interview room momentarily. Not seeing Zach Domer. So, we'll just start with P2 here and go from there. And There it is. Michael Steele, dude, what a heck of a race you had. For a while there, I thought you were going to run the 48 down until the tires equaled out, but overall, a very, very strong season for you, finishing second in the points. And overall, good showing tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, it was a lot of ups and downs throughout the season. Obviously, no wins, but still to come away with. I mean, I've made the Final Four the last 3 out of 4 years, and to finally break through and get out of fourth. And I'll be honest, like the last couple of ones I've made the Final Four, I really didn't feel like I had a winning shot. So it felt good to just lead some laps.
Dude, it was wild. It's not that we were rooting for you. It was just the off cycle you were on that was wild. And then when you tried the undercut, did you have somebody possibly in your ear, or was that all you trying to undercut Paul Irvin there?
No, that's honestly where I wish I had a spotter or somebody tonight, because I don't understand. I mean, I literally just run the tank until it's pretty much empty, and I know that there's a better plan than that. So, yeah, I just don't have great pit knowledge on timing of it, so I just kind of run it out, and sometimes it works out. Most times it doesn't. Obviously, that's my pit stall.
Well, dude, it almost worked out for you as we are watching the 48 below the motor here. Ow, that hurt my ears. Sorry, everybody. But, dude, overall, great season. Thank you for being the title sponsor of the series this year. It was always good to call out the Michael Steele Graphics and Design Monday Night Premiere Series. But before we let you go, why don't you plug that one more time?
Yeah, obviously, Michael Steele Graphics Design. One thing that'll help you, AJ, it's now just officially just Steele Graphics and Designs, even though it says Michael on the logo. So that saves you one word. But yeah, Steele Graphics Design, do race car wraps, street wraps, banners, pretty much anything that you can print on for a vehicle, we can do it. Anything racing obviously is our specialty, the background and everything. So, but anything, we'd love to get it taken care of. Obviously my other awesome sponsors that help me out, Marcy for being an awesome wife and awesome mother. They were both sick last week, and now I'm currently sick, and she did a great job of making me feel better, at least to get through tonight. It was probably good for me to sweat so much just to get the fever out.
Hopefully they're going to feel better very fast. Hopefully they're feeling better today, like you said. But
yeah, they're all good. It's just me now. I got it afterwards.
Oh,
yeah. So like I don't feel great.
Well, the 110 degrees in the race car, hopefully that will help you sweat it out. But dude, are we gonna expect this 5 car when the season starts back up in August?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, I think heard we're running the trucks. I'm not a huge fan of the trucks, but hopefully the new update has helped them. Maybe, I don't know if Tyler's raced them at all. Maybe if he can message me and give me some feedback if he has. Be awesome to
We'll see.
He's always fast, so it'd be cool to get him running with us back on the team.
I know as of right now I don't have any friends for next season, but I'll be happy to make some.
Hey, whoa,
obviously, I'm with AJ and all them, so.
I don't know then. I don't know.
Wow.
You said AJ, I'm out of here.
Hey, whoa.
You got kicked out or whatever, and they picked me up. Then we lost Dean, so we just can't. If we get all 3 or all 4 of us, then I think we'd have a great team.
All right. Well, Michael, thank you for coming to talk with us. Congrats again on the 2nd place finish tonight and this season. We'll catch you later, pal.
Yeah, absolutely. Y'all have a good night.
Hey, Gary, you still there?
Oh, yeah, I'm alive.
Well, I'll let you do Paul since you know Paul better than all of us. So here's the championship winner. Oh. What was that, Tyler?
Sorry, I was saying James Shane Wolf is announcing his retirement.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
That's fast.
Well, that's Gary, a way to break it in.
Take it away.
Well, Paul, we've done this a couple times. Champion. I never thought I'd see the day. How about it, bud? Talk about the race tonight.
Whoa. First off, don't act like I haven't won championship was leading already. You're looking at a two-time, repeat it, two-time EFRL champion.
Two-time. All right. Okay.
Oh, two-time. Man, it was a battle the whole race. Even out there early, getting the big lead on the first stage. I mean, it was a battle. Strategy wise was the big thing. Do you take tires? Do you not take tires? When do you pit? You make it on a 2-stop, you make it on a 3-stop. So to be able to have it all come together and be able to be, champion, it's best feeling.
Oh yeah. Well, and also talk about just the season as a whole. I mean, you definitely have had your fair share of battles to get to this point. Was there any one point in the season? I mean, obviously tonight, you had your couple of scary moments there, getting loose out of 2 a couple times. But was there one big moment in the season where you're like, "This is definitely my championship to lose"?
No, there wasn't really a point in the season. I definitely felt like I was going to be here in the final 4. That one was beginning second race of the season, I'd say. After Daytona, because Daytona is such a wild card, you can't really get a judge of how well you actually run against the competition. But second race, third race, constantly being up here, the wins, the second places, that's when I knew that I would at least be competing. And I'm pretty good at Michigan, and so since then I felt like had a pretty good shot at it. But I knew that Shane Wolf and Adam were tough. A tough break for Adam tonight with the penalties, and Shane Wolf there at the end. Just a different strategy didn't work out for him. But I knew they'd be tough. Just glad it all came together.
Yeah, absolutely. Any plugins or shout outs, thank yous, love yous you want to give to anybody here?
Obviously shout out to Joe Darnell, the Darnell Racing, for getting them a championship, but also getting the team championship here, which I think might have been locked up for 2, 3, 4 races ago, something like that.
If not
So,
pretty close.
So shout out to him, obviously, for letting me drive for him. Shout out to Shane Wolf. He, tough, hard battling. I know he got into me there. I don't know what lap it was, halfway through the race. No, he wasn't trying to turn me. He apologized. It's just tough, hard racing. So shout out to him for not wrecking me. Easily could have. Shout out to Dustin Carroll, obviously, for the paint schemes. Does amazing paint schemes for me every season. Anytime that I ask for him, he shows me a paint. He's like, "Hey, you want this one?" Yeah. So shout out to him, and obviously to you guys, Ryan Frey, for taking over the league this season and moving forward. And shout out to you guys in the booth for letting me be able to go back and watch this time and time again.
Absolutely.
Two-time.
Make sure we get that right. 2 times.
There you go.
Hey, I'm gonna interject here. Paul, congratulations on your win. Well deserved. It was a hard race. It's been fun watching you. I know I'm not the greatest. I don't claim to be the greatest, but you've kind of helped me out of, not in this league, but in other ones, with some things tips wise, and I appreciate your help with that. But it's good to have you here. Congratulations on your win for sure.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from you. I appreciate it.
Joe Nardell's here. He's the team owner winner championship. I believe he's got a few things to say.
Yeah, first off, I just want to congratulate Paul. He drove a heck of a race tonight. With about 70 to go, he asked me, he said, "Joe," he said, "do the math for me." He said, "We got to figure out how we're doing this." So I broke it down for him, told him, I was like, "Let's go 25, 25, 20, bro." I was like, "Use the tires, do what you got to do." And he stuck with it. We didn't get a caution. He ran 25, 25, 20 and got it to the end. So I'm proud of him. Proud of Shane Wolf and Adam for getting here to the final 4. Tough break for Adam. He I guess had some pit road problems there. Toward the end, got him behind. Shane Wolf just didn't have the strategy. I mean, he really didn't. He was trying to, I guess, the fuel strategy, and it just didn't work. And his frustration got the better of him. We'll just leave that where it is though for right now because that's a whole nother issue. But and Matthew drove a really good race tonight. He drove hard all year. I hate he didn't get into the final four, but he drove a great year. All in all, I mean, the team was dominant this year. I didn't expect to come into the season this year and everybody to be so dominant. I knew I had a great group of drivers, so I knew we could win some races. I felt like we could win the team championship, and I knew we had a shot at a championship, but having a 75% chance of getting a championship coming into tonight, I absolutely did not expect that coming into the season. So I'm just proud of all of them. I mean, I wouldn't change the season for anything. Would change maybe some things that happened in the season, but not the season itself. So, shout out to Ryan again for taking over this thing. It's going to be great next year going into this. Shout out to you, AJ. AJ, man, you did really well. Tyler came in. Y'all did an excellent job on the broadcast, man. Y'all get congratulated on it, but I don't think y'all get congratulated enough with what you do. You're very I'm not going to say underappreciated, AJ, but man, you need to be appreciated more than what you are. And Tyler, you just came in and during the season and you did an exceptional job with him. So I don't think we could have asked for anything better for an announced team this year. I look forward to next season. Y'all are just going to keep getting better, which I think Tyler's racing with us next year. So
I will be racing with you guys next year.
It's gonna be fun to have you on the track next year with us. So, AJ, man, you just
Oh man.
keep doing what you're doing, AJ, man. You do a great job, dude. You really do. It's phenomenal going back and watching these things and listening to you, man. You call a great race every week.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I wasn't expecting that. Got a little teary-eyed there, but
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no problem, and y'all deserve it.
Thanks, Joe.
I don't have to tell him that. I fluff them up every week, so.
We don't need to
Wait,
know what happens on behind the
I was gonna
doors.
say Ryan. I was gonna say I feel like Ryan like hates me, dude. He doesn't say anything like that to me.
But for one last time as a team, I know he's not here. I don't know what's going to happen next year, but I don't know how many toes and finger stuff we're going to have next year in these in these things with OnlyFans or whatever. But I'll plug it one last time for Darnell Racing, man. It was a great season.
Thanks, brother. Well, congratulations to Joe Darnell, team owner, and Paul Irvin, championship driver of the Steel Graphics and Designs Monday Night Premiere Series. We're going to let you guys go. We're going to close up the broadcast here tonight. Yeah. Gary, thank you for joining us in the booth, but what'd you think of tonight?
I thought tonight's race was pretty solid overall. Good battles throughout. Even there for the lead there for a little while. Definitely Paul had to earn his money there to become a two-timer. But hey, I mean, overall, solid race tonight.
Tyler, as always, appreciate you stepping in and keeping me sane throughout the weeks. Can't wait to see you on the racetrack next season. It's definitely gonna be a little bit wild pulling you up in the broadcast booth to get a couple chit chat words with you as you're trying to fly on the track.
I would love to do that. I'd even like to do if we could work it out, maybe even a in broadcast driver sort of thing. I'd be 100% down for that.
That'd be wild. That'd be wild. But everybody, thank you for tuning in.
I'm gonna cut one thing. I'll do it here on YouTube so you guys, everybody can see it. I do want to thank you guys for your broadcast.
Oh, see, there it is.
Oh, there it is. There it is. All right. Well, hold on. I want to.
It got better because Gary was here tonight.
Okay. No, I want to say one thing.
To Tyler.
One thing. Nope.
Tyler, you are amazing. You have helped me out a lot since I started with iRacing. When we started the broadcast, when it was me and AJ and the other fat guy, you were very helpful for us. I've always went to you for things if I've had questions on things. Even when I ask you to do a paint scheme and you tell me I don't want to do it. So I appreciate everything. I'm looking forward to racing with you next year. As far as next year goes, the EFRL will go away. It's this is Dean Quali's baby. I purchased it from him midway through the year. I'm not the greatest guy in the world to run this. I will admit to that full and open heartedly, but I'm learning. I learned a lot this year. I'm looking forward to next year with some changes that are going to be made. I'm trying my best with this. AJ knows me personally. I've had a very busy since February. A lot of things going on personally that's kept me preoccupied. And next year I'm hoping to come in here clear. Was a Friday Night Lights things. Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose. I'm hoping to come in that way for next season, as it comes. The EFRL will go away. We are rebranding.
I
We
got
are
the
going to
logo here
become.
if you want me to put it.
Go ahead and plaster. We are going to become ACAR, Adrenaline Championship Auto Racing. I'm looking forward to next year. I've worked out a sponsorship deal for next year. I've talked to my dad and got a sponsorship deal for our trucking company, to sponsor the whole series. I've worked hard behind the scenes trying to get next season ready and going. I'm going to work with Matt Erickson, Joe Darnell. They're my admin group. We're going to work on the rules here for this off month and a half, so to speak. We're going to run some recruitment races. Like I said, I'm still learning. I don't have it all. I don't have the God book to figure out how to do this the perfect way. I know that things have been said that, oh, it's still trash, still this, still that. That's fine. That's your opinion. You keep it the way you are. You can't come to me with it personally. Then I really don't care about your opinion. So I'm looking forward to with a fresh start next year in the trucks. We've got a pretty good season lineup put together. We got a few more things to tinker with, but it's gonna be fun. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope these guys are. I hope most of these guys come back. I'm looking forward to the restart in August.
It's amazing that we get one caution in a championship race and it turns into a fuel mileage for a couple people. It's definitely wild. There were 3 different strategies for, honestly, our championship drivers. It was wild. I had fun tonight. I had fun all season. Thank you everybody for tuning in all season. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow if you haven't. Do all that wonderful, social media stuff to help out the channel. But we will
Join us on the track next season.
Yes. Yes, do that. Absolutely. Because it's just going to get better, people. They got a great admin group. I don't care what some people say. The admin group is made to make this league grow, and it will, and it has. So if you don't like that, we got 2 words for you, and it's not good night. We'll see you later, everybody.